Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, I'm Matthew, Watty's channel. In this video, we are completing the WWE Mattel Zombies collection. In the last couple videos, we looked at Series 1 and 2, finishing it off with 2018's Series 3 action figures. And we only have 6 figures in this series, so again, another 15-20 minute video to be expected. This set of figures I really love. One of the biggest things you'll notice in this video compared to the last couple, they did change up the carding of these figures. So that's pretty awesome. And there's certain looks with these figures that, yeah, they're zombie-ish, but they also give a lot of references to popular culture as well. What am I talking about? Well, the first one is a perfect example. And excuse me if I mispronounce the name. I'm going to try my best because I never heard this wrestler name pronounced. Shinsuke Nakamura. So, from first figure from Zombies Series 3, the Shinsuke character. And what do I love about this right off the bat? Alright, absolutely, I think everybody knows this already. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it in the past. Absolutely love Michael Jackson, my all-time favorite singer. And they give this awesome, Thriller throwback to the zombie figure. Now, Thriller, easily the greatest music video of all time. I mean, Michael Jackson always had this thing about turning his music videos into like short movies and whatnot. And that music video was just killer all around. Fantastic song, great dance sequences. You both had zombies and werewolves in that that music video, so incredible. Given this nice little throwback to MJ was elite, and I think that's what makes this, if not my favorite figure, very close to the top at least. I mean, it's an incredible piece. So it says for Shinsuke Nakamura, whenever he walked down the aisle, everyone cheered the king of strong style. When he hit a knee strike, a zombie took a bite. Now the artist will be undead for a while. Right on. So, I think I like the picture of like the Thriller-esque zombie. You don't really get that full look, unfortunately, in the actual figure. But you can't take away the overall look. I mean, you've got like little, I don't know, like it's been buried for 30 years or something. So you do have that fade in the jacket and pants area. So overall, just an incredible look. And once again, we do keep the figures in line as how they are shown on the bottom here. So I keep saying show. So Nakamura is number 1. We move on to number 2, who is Finn Balor. It says, there once was a demon king who was a terror inside the ring. But during a fight, a zombie took a bite, turning Balor into the demon decaying. Alright, that last one was dumb. Awesome figure, though. I absolutely love the way... To me, this is a real zombie, someone's been dead for like 6 decades, and, someone drops an oil of radiation or something and the undead rise, right? Kind of like a, not Walking Dead. I wouldn't use The Walking Dead. Basically, any Romero zombie movie would work just fine. And, basically missing like half his head, half his mouth and whatnot. I mean, that is such an awesome look. You can see why I'm a huge fan of this particular series of zombies. I mean, that is so amazing. And, of course, you got the same thing on the front of the card. And the actual action figure, I've been talking about wanting a Finn Balor LJN. So there are at least 3 different ones I want. I want the original Finn Balor, demon look. I want the one where he's like Finn Balor zombie, and I want the Finn Balor monster version because they're just so cool. I am crazy about this. Do I like this more than the Nakamura version? Probably not, only because the reference to MJ. But it is an overall quality figure. I really gotta learn more about Finn Balor, because with every action figure of his that I pick up, I become more and more interested in his character. So I'm gonna have to go on YouTube and watch some like Finn Balor matches or something, kind of learn a little bit about him. Another one of my favorite figures in the line, not really a zombie. I mean, I don't really think of it that way, but she kind of reminds me of like Hera, you know, especially with all the peacocks and everything. And we are talking about Charlotte Flair. So I'll use the big side of it. When you look at Charlotte Flair's face, I mean, again, she does look undead, which is, you know, really solid. The overall appearance of the figure is top notch. Is it zombie-esque enough for this particular line? I don't think so. It's just a good looking figure, and again, probably in my top 5, top 6. So let's see, I think Series 1 had 8 figures, Series 1 or Series 2 had 6, Series 3 had 6, so we're looking at 20 figures in total. So 20 figures, this is probably like somewhere in the top 5, top 6. So again, I enjoy the figure overall. For Charlotte Flair, it says, everyone must bow their head. It's the queen, and she's ready to shred. After a chop and a woo, zombies started to chew. Now she's the queen of the undead. I like that they throw in that whole Ric Flair woo thing. That's awesome. I like the little cut that she has, like right here on the stomach. I mean, overall, I think it is a quality figure. Again, I don't think you guys can really make out the face right here, but you know, that those little scar marks and whatnot, that's awesome. I love that. She has a kind of like a Freddy Krueger, you know, burnt face right there on the side, and that is absolutely incredible. So, Charlotte Flair. I like when the figure starts referencing movies that I actually know about, because, you know, my childhood, that's what we grew up with. We watched nothing but horror. You know, what have I said in the past? Most kids, 2 years old, 3 years old, etc., you know, they're sitting down, they're watching, I don't know, what's popular today? Dora the Explorer, Barney, Sesame Street, things like that. I think the kiddiest thing I ever watched when I was young was probably Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. But we never watched, at 2 years old, 3 years old, etc., we never watched no freaking Sesame Street. Heck no, we're watching Halloween. You know, repeatedly. We watched Halloween 4 about 1,000,000 times. And in the scene where Mike sticks his thumb through that paramedic's head, that was awesome. That's probably why my wife says I'm so desensitized, is because that's what we grew up watching, man. Shoot. And when I see these figures, it takes me back to a lot of those awesome horror movies. So this one is Matt Hardy, and this one, I like the picture better, and it's the same for a lot of these. I like the picture better than the actual figure. So with Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy I think was in Series 2. With Matt Hardy, it says, in a twist of fate, Hardy is heard a... The hell? Okay. Sorry, I got tunnel vision or something. In a twist of fate, Hardy heard a commotion, fought a zombie, but got himself broken. Now torn in half, he just has to... Sorry. I just like that line. Now torn in half, he just has to laugh. For reanimated Matt Hardy is rewoked. Either rewoked or rewoken. Rewoken. I need to get some real glasses, man. My eyes are really terrible. Do not let army doctors ever do your LASIK or anything like that. I swear to God, I used to see beautifully without glasses before, and all of a sudden I got LASIK from the military, and my eyes were completely destroyed. I mean, it was 2010, so in the last 13 years, eyesight just got to a point where everything is blurry now. Well, not everything. I could still read a little bit, as you can see, but anyways. Matt Hardy. I do like the tear in his abdomen. There's no doubt. And looks like just above his heart, he's got another tear. So you got little areas here and here. So the tear in his abdomen looks solid, but I mean, this is what we're talking about. This is someone that's really been torn into pieces, torn in half. This does not do this picture. Does not do it justice at all. Well, Matthew, wouldn't this be an unplayable figure if you did have half the body missing? Trust me, guys, I know what you guys are thinking, and to answer your question, these, I would not say are advertised for kids. I've been talking about it in pretty much, well, not every video, but I've mentioned it a number of times. And so, since I think that these are pretty much for adult collectors anyways, they're display pieces, though. That is a really solid figure, though. I do like the look of this overall. Not quite, you know, your Matt Hart or your Jeff Hardy or your Seth Rollins type, but it's an adequate figure. And like I said, I think that the picture over here is what more entices me with this particular action figure. So, quality nonetheless. So that was Matt Hardy. Thought we had Jeff Hardy in the previous. But you know, I'm looking at it. It was Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. Those are the guys I was talking about. So we haven't looked at Jeff Hardy just yet. So we had one of the Hardy brothers in Matt, and now we got the second Hardy brother in Jeff. For Jeff Hardy, it says, there was nothing that Jeff Hardy feared when facing undead. He grinned ear to ear, leapt from a ladder, but then he got shattered. Now his smile's a zombified sneer. Some of these poems are really good. Some of them are, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say boring, but not a fan of it. But that is an awesome look. Again, is he a zombie? You know, you gotta have like this certain look to be classified as a zombie, right? To me, that's not a zombie. That's like a mutant monster type of deal. And when you look at his face here, he has like a vampiric face. So my wife and I, we just watched, what was it called? It was a new Dracula movie. Voyager something. I can't remember. We had to download it to watch it. And watching that stuff on HD cam is terrible, because, you know, they just sit there and film the movie in theater, so the picture quality is terrible. But, you know, we get a chance to watch it, you know, sooner than it's released. So, and that to me is kind of like what he looks like. That vampire bat that's in that movie. You know, they didn't create a human form for the vampire. They had like an actual, like Morbius from Spider-Man type of deal. You know what? That's actually a good representation. Morbius. Why not? Jeff Hardy as Morbius. Good looking figure all around. I like the color scheme. Looks like he has claws for fingers. Now, couldn't be claws. That might actually be his physical bones. You know, fingers are cut off, and now, or all you see is the bone. So no flesh or anything on there. No arteries, anything like that. That's crazy. When I look at the arms, and I guess the same thing is happening on the arms with these figures. The appearance is that the flesh has been removed, and all you see is the inside. But to me, that doesn't look like what that is. To me, it just looks like somebody took some paint and painted over the arms, right? So it looks like a sleeve. It doesn't look like, you know, your actual insides. So, I mean, a lot of these figures, they failed in certain areas, and I think that's one of them. But the Jeff Hardy figure. And the last one we're going to look at, in the last zombie figure of the series, or of the line, it is Kane. Now, this is an absolutely brutally awesome action figure. I absolutely love this one. It says for Kane, the big red machine could walk through fire. In matches, he never would tire. But at an undead show, Kane got burned head to toe. And got crisped like he'd been in a fryer. Yeah, I see it. Again, it's kind of like this demonic face up here. And looks like his, obviously his clothes burnt and his skin is protruding through and whatnot. If you ever actually see someone get burnt alive or whatnot, and you see how like their shirts are like scorched onto their body, and you can't just sit there and try to peel that off because it's like peeling off their own skin. It is not attractive sight at all. To me, being burned alive, yeah. I mean, that's like one of the worst ways a person could ever die. But overall, I mean, because he's still wearing his Kane mask, it helps a little bit. But when you look underneath the face, like he does have like an undead zombie face, right? Like, his whole skin, everything's been basically eaten off or whatnot, or just corroded or what have you. And his chest, even down to his arm, it's all burnt off. The flesh is completely burnt off. The arm, you can see the bone protruding there. So this is an absolute killer action figure. And if I were to have one figure loose from this whole collection, this has to be one of them. I wouldn't even keep this with wrestling. I would actually keep this with my horror collection. Just an overall quality action figure. Yeah, there's no doubt. Series 3, easily the best of the 3 sets of action figures. So that completes your WWE monsters / mutants / zombies. And these videos will all be posted back to back. So what is that? 5 videos, 5 days. And as I said in the last video, I'm probably gonna take a couple days off, not post anything, just let the viewers catch up on these videos. And I could have posted them like every other day or whatnot, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get these out as quickly as possible. And guys know my preference. I always like to have 100 views on a video before I post another one. But sometimes I don't hit that mark. With these videos, I've basically been hovering around 60, 70, 80 views before I post the next video, so that's fine. Like I said, I'll take a couple days off, give people an opportunity to catch up on those other videos. So by the time I post the following video, it'll probably be, each of those videos will probably be like 120 or so. What's next on the itinerary? These guys right here, Cello Toys. I really want to dive into those. I don't have every single action figure though, and if you find those Cello Toys on like eBay or Mercari, you're probably looking at like $125 to $200 for a carded figure, and they're characters I don't even know about. So it's like, do I really want to spend that type of money? And then you have certain variants where, who's one guy I was looking at? I was looking at one guy. I didn't recognize him. I didn't recognize the name. But the man has like 6 different variants of that figure. The exact same figure, just different color scheme, different outfits. And if every single one of those figures costs like $125, imagine spending $125 for 6 different figures. I could just buy one and just say, hey, here's one variant. But you know me. I like to get all the figures. Sorry, kind of kneeling on the floor here and it's killing my knees. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here, and per usual, please feel free to leave comments. I will respond as usual. And hit me up either on eBay, on YouTube. I've been trying to put out my cell phone number in case anybody wanted to call me directly, if they have questions or want to chat about something. But it kept deleting it. Like even on YouTube, I couldn't post my email or my number, so it kind of sucked. But that's all I've got for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.